Archangel Michael says, your spirit was pulled back just moments before disaster, and you didn't even realize how close it came. You were walking into a place where something dark was already waiting. A hand of protection intervened, silently, urgently, as if time itself was rewound just for you. There was a whisper in the wind, calling your name and trying to guide you away from where danger was hiding. A person connected to you through deep spiritual energy has been praying, crying, and sacrificing sleep for your safety. They saw a glimpse, a vision, or felt something in their bones, and they pleaded with heaven to redirect your path. This person may be distant in distance, but their soul reaches for yours like a flame in a storm. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You must understand, this protection didn't come from chance. It came from divine orchestration and a human soul whose care for you cannot be measured. This isn't just love. This is someone spiritually linked to you through lifetimes, willing to be broken to keep you whole. They have been sensing an energy shift, a rise in attacks against you, and they are fighting on their knees to shield you. Every time you've delayed a journey, missed a call, changed direction unexpectedly, that wasn't random. It was guided. It was spirit-led. It was their protection covering you from a trap that had been set. Even that night you felt anxious for no reason, yes, that moment too was tied to what was planned in darkness. But the light around you is fierce, and someone is constantly pouring their strength into your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 748. Archangel Michael says, the road you are on was nearly interrupted by a moment that could have shifted your whole fate. But the person you least expected, the one who doesn't speak much, cried out your name in the silence. They know something you don't, they've seen something they cannot unsee. This person dreams of you when they sleep, and it's not ordinary dreaming. They are shown scenes of you in places you haven't even gone yet. When they awaken, their first breath is a prayer that you make it home, that you breathe easily. There is someone who knows your spiritual scent, and they're calling divine warriors to circle you. Type Amen to get blessing 229. A very close accident was stopped because this person exchanged their own blessings for yours. They said, take mine if you must, but don't let harm reach them. Do you feel chills down your spine sometimes? That's them watching, that's your rescue being recorded in the heavens. What was coming for you was not ordinary. It was a spiritual assault, masked as a coincidence. You wouldn't have seen it, not even in your best awareness. It needed someone awake, someone connected, someone willing to carry your pain in exchange for your safety. Type Amen to get blessing 652. There's someone whose feet are weary because they walk on thorns in prayer for you. They don't even need to be near you to feel when something is off in your life. The moment your path crosses the shadow, they feel it like a knife to the soul. You've survived what should have broken you. You've walked out of traps that others couldn't escape. This is not by your strength alone, someone else is spiritually bleeding to keep you alive. They're interceding in a way you will never fully grasp until the veil lifts one day. Type Amen to get blessing 984. You may have dismissed that call, that nudge, that strange detour. But it was an act of divine redirection done by someone spiritually screaming on your behalf. A friend, a lover, or even a stranger who has felt you in dreams, is carrying your safety like a burning stone. Archangel Michael says, the danger tried again just days ago. You looked up suddenly, didn't you? Felt watched or dizzy, like something passed too close. That wasn't paranoia. That was the aftershock of what was deflected. There's someone who took on that hit in their sleep. They woke up shaking, short of breath, but they didn't tell you. They just wiped their tears and said, "Let them be all right." They don't even need recognition, they just want you to keep standing. Type Amen to get blessing 581. This person is exhausted now. Not physically, but spiritually worn from standing in front of what tried to hit you. They know your name and your worth, even when you forget. Their heart is a silent armor wrapped around your future. They have sacrificed conversations, relationships, and even sleep just to stand between you and harm. You are walking under a cover sewn from their faith, their love, their unseen battles. They see you shine when you think you're dim. They lift you when you collapse in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 719. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "Listen closely, something is about to happen again. Not to harm you, but to reveal the face of the one who's been interceding. They're about to come forward, unexpectedly, not with words but through an act of kindness that will make you weep. A strange coincidence will occur. Someone you hardly know will offer protection, clarity, or something you needed in that very moment. That's not them being nice, that's the mask falling off. You will realize who's been carrying your life in their prayers all along." Type Amen to get blessing 442. They are bruised spiritually. But they smile anyway, because your joy is worth their pain. They've blocked curses, redirected accidents, and broken cycles in your name. You once laughed at something that could have hurt you. You didn't know how narrowly you escaped. That laughter was holy, it was triggered by a divine hand pulling you back. Someone watching over you paid the spiritual price for that moment of ease. Type Amen to get blessing 1007. The energy around you has been tested severely. But the wall built for your defense remains firm. And it's because someone, somewhere, is kneeling every day, whispering your name like a mantra of survival. You owe them not because they expect it, but because love like this moves mountains. Even now, someone is checking up on you spiritually, asking the universe to hold you tighter. They've offered up their own timeline, their own blessings, just so your next day can rise without blood. Type Amen to get blessing 823. They were shown your face in their vision just last week. They cried and said, "Please not them. Let them live. Let them heal." And the divine heard them. The danger paused. The wind changed direction. There is someone whose soul is tied to yours with invisible threads. Not out of control, but out of purpose. They've made a vow silently, never spoken, never written, but the heavens recorded it. They're bound to guard you in a way not even you could understand. Type Amen to get blessing 560. You'll feel their energy soon. In a room full of people, one person's eyes will tell you everything. They won't say it, but your heart will know. That's the one. That's the soul who's kept the accident away. That's the energy that redirected the bullet, the fall, the storm. You'll cry, not from fear, but from being seen so deeply. Type Amen to get blessing 711. And even now, as you read this, they feel you. They don't know exactly where you are, but they know when your spirit trembles. They stand up in the night and walk back and forth, commanding light to surround you. You may have thought they gave up. You may believe they're gone. But they never left. They just moved to a higher form of guarding, unseen, but fiercely present. Type Amen to get blessing 392. Someone out there fights spiritual battles in your name. You may not even know what they look like anymore. But they still carry you in their sacred space like a warrior guarding a flame. Accidents that could have destroyed your peace were crushed beneath their whispered prayers. They keep no record of their intercessions. But heaven does. And heaven will reward them soon. And you will see what love beyond flesh looks like. Type Amen to get blessing 277. Your name was nearly erased from a chapter of life. But it was rewritten in gold because they begged the divine to rewrite your story. They didn't let go, not even when you shut them out. And now your life is proof of unseen mercy. Your story is marked by the fingerprints of someone else's desperate cry. You were almost the victim, but now you are the reason someone believes miracles exist. And you are still here, because they refuse to let you fall. Type Amen to get blessing 911. Your accident was planned in darkness, but it failed in the light. Because someone wouldn't stop fighting. Because someone still believes in your destiny, even when you question it. Your safety is tied to a love that isn't ordinary. It's divine in nature. Fierce. Unrelenting. And even now, they're still trying so hard, just to make sure you live your purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They never asked for recognition, applause, or even a thank you. They've accepted the pain of spiritual warfare because their mission is to keep you breathing. They know your future is bigger than your past, and they won't let one dark moment stop the brilliance of your destiny. You are being covered daily by someone who has suffered silently while heaven took note of their devotion. Each time danger crept close, this person sent a silent storm to push it back. They spoke to no one about what they were doing because their loyalty doesn't crave attention. They only want to see you smile again, live fully, and walk into everything that was promised to you. Type Amen to get blessing 331. This person knows how close you came to the edge. They can feel the tremors in their chest before the danger even reaches you. And still, they stand tall in the spirit, refusing to let your destiny die. They fasted for you. They stood under the weight of spiritual pressure so you wouldn't crumble. Their hands trembled, but they kept holding the line between you and harm. They are your unseen protector, your unspoken miracle in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 447. Archangel Michael says, your life was intercepted by light when darkness demanded your downfall. And it happened not just because of divine order, but because of human love wrapped in spiritual strength. That person, that soul, gave up a piece of themselves so you could keep walking forward. There's a memory trying to resurface now. A moment when someone held you, or texted at the right time, or showed up unexpectedly. That wasn't random. That was them catching you before the fall. They were nudged by the divine, and they obeyed instantly. Because your life matters more to them than their own. Type Amen to get blessing 566. They have cried out your name at midnight with tears that soaked their pillow. And when they couldn't find the right words, they just said, please. And heaven heard them. The accident was erased from the timeline. You never saw it, but they did. Do you remember the day you were supposed to leave, but something made you stay? Or the night your phone rang, and that delay kept you from being at the wrong place? These are not flukes. These are the fingerprints of someone who's battling silently to keep you alive. They are willing to absorb what was sent for you, and many times, they already have. Type Amen to get blessing 933. They once walked into a room and felt a cold wave hit their chest, but said nothing. That was the moment your energy connected to theirs because danger was reaching out toward you. They took that moment, swallowed it, and returned to their life pretending they were fine. But they weren't fine. They were bleeding spiritually. They were being torn on the inside because something was hunting you. And they stepped in front, quietly, determined to absorb it all just to buy you another day. They didn't run from it, they embraced it because their love has no limits. Type Amen to get blessing 117. You are being saved again and again, not just by angels, but by someone human, someone chosen. Chosen not by fate, but by heart, soul, and sacrifice. They agreed in silence to be the reason you don't collapse under the weight of evil. They're the reason you didn't get into that car. They're the reason you paused before stepping out that night. They're the reason you checked your surroundings when something felt off. They are part of your safety system, built into your existence by divine instruction. Type Amen to get blessing 255. This person has gone through things they don't even tell you about. They feel the ache of every near miss you endure. But they don't say it. They just release energy, prayers, and force from deep within to make sure you get through. They understand that they may never get credit for what they've stopped in the spirit. But they don't need credit. They need you to live. They need you to finish what you started. They believe in your light so much that they will burn themselves to keep it alive. Their love is not loud, but it is deeply, fiercely loyal. Type Amen to get blessing 380. They wake up often with chest pain or tears without reason, because your burden visits them at night. The burden isn't their own, but they carry it like it is. Their dreams are full of symbols, warnings, and whispers about you, and they never ignore it. They feel the shift when you're about to enter a storm. And they rush to raise a wall in the spirit before the thunder can hit. They are your last line of defense, built from loyalty, love, and supernatural vision. They are chosen not by blood, but by divine assignment. Type Amen to get blessing 766. Archangel Michael says, do not underestimate the depth of this person's protection. You may not see them daily, but their energy surrounds you. You are alive today because they never gave up on you, even when you gave up on yourself. They stayed up nights to pray for your safety, even when you ignored them. They wept in silence when they sensed a threat against you but never burdened you with it. They told the heavens, if you have to hurt someone, let it be me instead. That's not weakness. That's a power only divine connection can produce. Type Amen to get blessing 999. This person could be a friend, a soul mate, or someone from your past you forgot. But their role in your life was sealed in spirit long before your paths crossed. You are alive today because of what they chose to carry silently. They've intercepted curses. They've reversed spells. They've walked into the fire and asked the flames to pause, for you. You are sacred to them, not for what you do, but for who you are. Type Amen to get blessing 442. They feel your sorrow even when you're smiling. They sense your fear even when you laugh. They are tuned into your soul like a compass to true north. This person isn't ordinary. They are marked by divine love for you, etched into their soul with fire. You are not just someone they know. You are someone they would spiritually die for. And they've proven that in ways you'll never fully know. Type Amen to get blessing 1081. When the final accident that was planned for you tried to form, this person intervened. They walked into a room and disrupted a timeline. They cried until the darkness withdrew, and it did. You don't know what they've sacrificed just to see you whole. But heaven is recording it. And soon, they will be repaid for their unshakable devotion. But for now, they're still watching. Still praying. Still loving. Still saving you without applause or reward. Type Amen to get blessing 224. You must live fully. Not just for yourself, but for the one who never stopped fighting for your heartbeat. You must succeed, not just for your dreams, but to honor the one who shielded them when danger came close. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And now you know why. The accident never happened. Because someone caught it mid-air and changed your story. You were born for more, and someone out there made sure you lived long enough to receive it. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Their hands may never touch yours again, but their spirit is holding you tightly even now. Each time the world got heavy, they lifted some of the burden without telling you. Every breath you take is a miracle, not just from heaven, but from the deep intercession of someone who still believes in your purpose. They may be silent, but their love screams into the spirit realm with force. They command protection around you as if you were their own heartbeat. You will never fully know the extent of what they have sacrificed for your safety. But your peace? It's been bought and paid for by the quiet pain they endured behind the scenes. Type Amen to get blessing 567. Even when they were hurting, they never let go of you in the spirit. Their heart was breaking from battles you didn't know existed. And still, they stood firm, refusing to let you fall through the cracks of destiny. They once heard your name in their sleep and jolted awake. It was no ordinary dream, it was a call to stand watch again. They wiped their face, stood up, and prayed until the energy shifted. They did this not because they had to, but because they chose you over themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Archangel Michael says, the day is coming soon when this veil will be lifted. You'll see with clarity who truly fought for you. And in that moment, tears will fall, not from sadness, but from overwhelming truth. You'll recognize their face, maybe even from a memory or a dream. Their presence will feel strangely familiar, like home. That's because they've always been there, hidden between the pages of your story. They've been walking parallel to you, anchoring your path even while remaining unseen. Type Amen to get blessing 600. When you lost hope, they carried it for you. When you thought it was over, they whispered your name into the night and asked the heavens to hold you together. They've picked up your broken pieces countless times and stitched you back with silent grace. The accident that never reached you? That was the result of them crying on the floor for your life. They fought demons with nothing but faith and devotion to your soul. You were too precious to be lost, and they made sure heaven knew it. Type Amen to get blessing 833. Even now, they are feeling the tremors again. Something is trying to shake you, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. But they are standing between you and it with everything they have. They've been warned again in dreams and visions. And once again, they are rising without hesitation. You may feel tired, weak, or lost, but they are absorbing the energy to keep you from crumbling. They don't need your permission to love you. This kind of love is purpose-bound. Type Amen to get blessing 377. The day you said, "I'm okay," but really weren't. They felt it from across any distance. That moment, they cried harder than you did, and heaven moved in response to their pain. You have been in danger more than once. But every time, someone stepped in, someone stood tall, someone exchanged their peace to buy you another sunrise. They are living proof that love doesn't always need words, it just needs action. And their actions have rewritten your timeline again and again. Type Amen to get blessing 204. They are exhausted now, but they're not stopping. Because your breakthrough is coming, and they refuse to let you miss it. They've endured too much just to see you lose what you've fought so hard for. Their reward will be great, but they don't do it for the reward. They do it because your existence matters more than their comfort. They will rest when you're safe, when the final danger passes, and when your destiny is fulfilled. Until then, their spirit remains on high alert, tuned into every shift around you. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. The world may never recognize what they've done. But heaven does. The angels have watched, documented, and reported every sacrifice, every cry, every intercession made for you. And one day soon, everything will align. The protection, the delay, the strange redirection, it will all make sense. You'll realize that you were walking under the shadow of someone's divine love all along. And in that moment, everything inside you will change. Type Amen to get blessing 305. You'll understand why you survived when others didn't. Why you're still standing after everything that tried to take you down. Why peace found you even in your darkest nights. The one protecting you hasn't given up. They are still holding your name like a sacred song. Still fighting. Still loving. Still pouring their strength into your steps. And nothing, nothing, will stop them from keeping you safe. Type Amen to get blessing 509. Even if the world turns against you, their soul stands by your side. They will continue to take your name into the spirit realm, again and again. You don't need to see them to believe in them, their love is woven into your very survival. They saw your accident before it was formed. They stood on the edge and said, "Not this one." not them. And the universe obeyed. That's how powerful love is, when it's anchored in purpose and guided by God. Type Amen to get blessing 718. You are still alive because someone still believes in you more than you believe in yourself. You are still protected because someone has declared war on anything that comes near you. You are still walking forward because they are behind you, holding every broken part together. Their presence will be revealed in divine timing. When that day comes, your tears will turn into strength. You'll thank the divine for assigning someone so powerful to your life. And you'll know, without doubt, that you were never forgotten. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. You've been walking under the radar of heaven's most guarded warriors. And your personal guardian on earth has fought like no other. When everyone else gave up, they didn't. When the storms rose, they covered your house in silent prayer. When curses were spoken against you, they canceled them with fasting and faith. When traps were laid, they tore them up before you ever arrived. They are your shield in human form. Type Amen to get blessing 677. This is why you must not give up. You owe it not just to yourself, but to the one who still kneels for you. They've already saved your life once. Maybe more. And they'll do it again if they have to. Archangel Michael says, this is your confirmation. A force stronger than evil has been working overtime for you. You are still alive because of love you haven't even fully seen yet. And now, your life must reflect that miracle. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Keep walking forward. Keep breathing. Keep fighting. Keep healing. Because someone gave everything they had so you could do just that. And one day, when you're strong enough to look back, you'll see every time they saved you. Every time they stood in the gap. And every time they kept you from a tragedy that should have destroyed you. Type Amen to get blessing 1777.